Good afternoon, in the Mourne Mountains today, and out for a wild camp, and I'm out with, hello?
Alfie.
I'm out with Alfie. So it's probably been a couple of years since I've been wild camping in the Mournes with Alfie, and I've been promising to go back. So we're actually come back to the exact same spot along the Kilkeel River that we were at before. And that should be quite cool, but we're going a different way. We're coming from Carricknuttle before we went up the Hare's Gap, so this is a new bit of walking for him. A mixed bag today. You can see there's a shower coming in there over Slieve Lamagan, but on the other side there's a rainbow out towards Brocken Mountain. I think it'll be a mixed bag as we go along today, but really looking forward to getting out for a couple of days wild camping with Alfie.
Hello. Me and my uncle found a cave called Percy Bish, and it's an old smuggler's cage. So if you want to have a wee look around, it's just nothing. It's all people's left us stuff down there, and it's all been damaged, but it looks good. And I had to squeeze through there very tightly, very narrow. So yeah, see you later.
Definitely a tight squeeze. So we've had our walk in from Carricknuttle up along the track past Blue Lock, and we've reached the call of Lamagan and Binion, and we're about to drop down to Bencrown Reservoir, which is looking really cool down there. And you can see the sun is trying to come out over past Slieve Muck. There's been a few showers there, which has really cool things down. So we're going to drop down to the reservoir, me and Alfie, who won't leave my camera alone. And we're going to walk up along the length of the reservoir, up the Kilkeel River, and we're going to walk up along the ravine to get to the wee camp spot beside the river and the pool of water. That was really cool for our camp last time. And again, hopefully there'll be nobody else there. But it is a Monday. It's half term, so that's why Alfie's with me. He's not bunking off school, at least not today anyway. We've reached the end of Bencrown Reservoir, so we've only a short bit off the Kilkeel River to follow up to get to the wee camp spot we used before. I'm actually really looking forward to go up there. I haven't been there in a couple of years, so it'll be good to return to that. Absolutely beautiful evening, perfect weather for camping, hardly a breath, quite mild, and the showers that were knocking about earlier have hopefully disappeared. So we'll crack on and get up here and get a brew on, because I am gasping for one. You do it right down into it. We've reached camp after dark. So it took a wee bit longer today than I had thought it would. But I suppose that's just taking our time, taking everything, doing a bit of exploring, like maybe going to the Percy Bysshe Cave. So usually we come up the ravine of the Kilkeel River. But there's been that much rain over the past few days that it just wasn't possible to follow that up, especially in the dark. So we had to climb up quite steeply out of the ravine and contour up along the hillside for a bit before we could drop down. But it was a real relief to see this camp spot that we haven't been at for 2 years. I certainly have, and the last time I was here was with Alfie. So we've a tent all set up, and Alfie was a great help in getting that sorted. It's an absolutely perfect evening. We've got the side of the river just beside us, and there's quite a flow on that, as I say, from all the rain. And there's been loads of waterfalls I've seen today have been in full flow and look really glorious in the Mournes. There's a clear sky above me. I can see the stars. I can also see the water droplets going through the air, through my head ports. So we'll get the tea on. I've the food on the go here, and then we'll chill out a wee bit. I think it's about 7 o'clock, and it's light at 7 in the morning, just when the clocks have just changed round. So we'll get sorted here, get nice and cosy in the tent, and we'll be cosy with the two of us in there, because it's my one person carrying over laser competition. So there's not a lot of room in there, but hopefully we'll get a good sleep tonight and be up fresh and early in the morning.
So I'm in the tent because I can't be bothered, and guess what I'm playing? I'll show you now. I'm playing Subway Surfers because it's the only game you can't get without Wi-Fi, so just play. Yep, so I play Subway Surfers. I'm tired, I'm soaked, my socks are soaked. Okay, I've got a new pair down there, and look how small the tent is for 2 people. Actually, he's very big. So, yeah, that's it. Bye.
It's 8:30, and me and Alfie are well tucked up. It's not too cold actually. though the mizzle has sort of closed in and that was in the forecast, so it's raining outside, so it's nice to be in the tent and maybe not in the bivvy. When we were coming up along the ravine, along the Kilkeel River, there was a couple of head torches down at the head of Ben Crom Reservoir, and there was a couple of guys, a couple of people setting up camp there, so I had maybe thought about stopping there because it was nearly dark, but I think it was a good decision to sort of keep going. So what was the highlight of today? What did you like about today?
The cave.
That was quite cool, wasn't it?
The cave with the slaughter. Whatever you call it.
Slaughter?
The slaughter room.
The slaughter room?
What did you say?
Why was there bodies in there or something? The slaughter room, the smuggling.
It's the same thing.
Okay, well, it's definitely not. Okay, so that was cool, yeah. I liked the weather today. There was
And the mist on the top of the mountain have sleeved on it.
Yeah, it was very mobile, the weather today, so there was showers, there was sun, some absolutely beautiful sort of late autumn light, really dark browns on the hillsides. Yeah, that was pretty cool, so that's probably my highlight of the trip so far. Anything else?
The least favourite.
Right, go on ahead.
The dead lamb.
Okay, yeah, there was
The walking.
the walking. Okay, unfortunately, the walking's probably getting here. I don't think there was anything that I was particularly bothered about. So we'll say good night.
Yeah.
Okay, good night.
Good night.
Okay, see you in the morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, and it is actually a lovely morning. There's a lot of blue sky up above. The sun is starting to come out. The mist is lifting up. The tops were starting to clear there, and they've sort of clagged in a wee bit. That's maybe just that process of the day starting. Last night, it was clear for a bit, and then sort of the drizzle came back in, and I think that was part of the forecast as well. So we were in the tent fairly early. I don't think I had a lot of sleep, certainly the first half of the night. I think it was well after 12 o'clock before I settled in any way. Alfie seemed to just sleep right through the night. And sunrise this morning was at 7. I was up about 8. Alfie still hasn't risen out of the tent, and it's about 9 o'clock. But we're nearly there, so I've tea in the go. And we've a couple of options for today. Some of them include a bit of mountain climbing, maybe up over Cove Lamagan, or we could go back the way we came, down along Ben Crom Reservoir, or we could go up the Brandy Pad and drop down and follow the Anlong Valley. So we'll see how we're both feeling, if we want to do a bit of climbing or if we want to stay a wee bit lower down. Just to give you an even better perspective of where we camp along the Kilkeel River. Hopefully you can see it down there, and away in the distance you've got Ben Crom Reservoir. So we've come up a few hundred feet from the reservoir, and I think it's actually worth it. I think this has to be one of the coolest wee camp spots in the whole of the Mournes. It's so tucked out of the way. It's a perfect wee flat spot just beside the river and the waterfall. Really, really lovely spot. As you can see, the mist has dropped in again, probably sitting about 400 metres. Not sure if it's going to lift or keep dropping or what it's going to do, but I think Alfie definitely wants to climb up to the top of Cove Mountain, and then we'll go over Slieve Lamagan and drop down to the Cove of Slieve Pinion. So we've really, really lucked out. It was a good decision to climb up Cove Mountain. Even though it was really, really misty this morning, the mist has lifted and cleared, and we had hints of that on the way up. But now it was a pretty steep climb up from the Kilkeel River up Cove, and you can probably hear there's a stiff wee breeze up here at the minute. But the mist cleared, we've a really cracking view around the rest of the Mournes. Really beautiful. There's a wee bit of heat in that sun, but that breeze is sort of cancelling it out. And what was super, super cool, Alfie, what did we see just like maybe 10 minutes ago?
A Brocken Spectre.
Yeah, we seen a Brocken Spectre where the sun was shining behind us and our shadows reflecting onto the sort of mist and fog below. It was actually a double Brocken Spectre because it was both you and me, and we would hang about a wee bit, but it came really, really bright, didn't it?
Yeah.
So that's the first time Alfie has ever seen one of those. I've been lucky enough to see a few. So the plan now is to drop down to the call with Slieve Lamagan and maybe get something to eat down there, and we'll probably climb Slieve Lamagan before the big drop down back to the path past the Blue Lock.
top of the mountain there. We're just getting food.
So we've been up Cove Mountain and we've also been over Slieve Lamagan. So Cove is 650 and Slieve Lamagan's just over 700 metres. So they're the first two mountains that Alfie has actually climbed in the Mournes, isn't that right? Yeah. Because the last time we were here, we didn't climb any mountains. We just did a bit of walking and went camping. So really cool. And I think he's got the bug. He's talking about what's the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth highest. And all that. So maybe back, maybe just walking, not while camping.
The next time I want to go up Slieve Bin now.
Slieve Bin, yeah, which is over there in the cloud, and there's a nice view down to Ben Crone Reservoir, which we dropped down and walked up along the side off yesterday evening to get to the camp spot. So the mist has certainly dropped down again. And I think that's it probably for the rest of the day, but we're heading down to the call here, and then it's a straight walk back to the car park. We're nearly done, nearly back at the car, and it's nearly dark again. So we've certainly been taking our time this trip, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been a really great trip. Camp last night was absolutely fantastic. That is such a super spot. And the noise of the river, it was near enough deafening, wasn't it? Because we went away from the river. You said
it was very quiet.
Yeah, you said, oh, it's so quiet, wasn't it? Because it's just the noise of the river constantly with you. And this morning was fantastic with the mist lifting, and we got those views around the Mournes with the cloud lifting.
The rainbow.
Yep, we had the Brocken Spectre, we had a double Brocken Spectre, and we've got a picture of that. So Alfie's taken some pictures and so have I, so we'll share that with you, which is really cool. And that was the first time Alfie had seen a Brocken Spectre, and again, it's not that often that I've seen it either. So yeah, a couple of really cool days, and it was good to get out with Alfie after promising all year that we'd get out. It took us to nearly Christmas.
Well, one day when we were fishing, we were going to go out, but I had caught a bug.
Yeah.
And I'd stayed because it was broken.
Yeah, okay. And anything you want to say about the trip? What you thought of it?
The sunset, and the views, and the waterfalls, and the mist on top of the mountains.
Yeah,
when it was
really
clearing.
cool, wasn't it? Yeah, really
Cleared
cool.
very fast.
Yep. So yeah, we'll maybe go out again, will we?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe another year, maybe next Christmas. Hopefully not. But yeah, until next time, goodbye.